It's MasterChef. Two expert judges to test them at the highest level.
We're looking for a great amateur cook who can make it as a professional.
Someone who can turn out exceptional food.
This is one tough competition. Whoever wins, it'll change their life. Cooking doesn't get tougher than this.
It's 8 a.m. and these four quarter-finalists have returned to fight for a coveted place in the semi-finals.
Now, this is where it starts to get really exciting. Four people who have got this far and now have a chance to win MasterChef. The winners of the heats all cooking off against each other in a quarter-final. One semi-final place up for grabs.
Definitely really enthusiastic, really motivated, but we'll have to just wait and see.
I'd like to go all the way and win it, definitely. I want to go all the way and win it, you know, that's why I'm here.
I'm still a little overwhelmed at the idea of being a quarter-finalist. I'm not sure it's completely sunk in.
That much closer, it feels like, you know, it's kind of just a tiny bit out of reach, and you just want to kind of grab it.
To prove they're the best, today they will have to produce an exceptional three-course meal of their own design.
I didn't expect that, and I've just been smacked in the face with it. Absolutely wonderful.
But before that, they must show the judges that they have food knowledge.
I recognise it, I just can't give it a name.
Now, I have seen this before.
They must also prove a passion for food with a genuine commitment to changing their lives.
All I do is think about cooking food or creating food or what I could do with wonderful ingredients.
I know it's going to be tough. I would give it 110%.
So who out of these four exceptional cooks has what it takes to stay in the race? Only one of them can win. First up is economics graduate Andy. During his heat, Andy triumphed with a flair for Southeast Asian cuisine.
He decides to cook the food he loves, the food of Thailand, and he does it so well. It's elegant, it's refined, it's beautiful, it's well cooked, it's challenging to the palate. He can put flavours together. I'm really excited that you've done what you've done today so well, because that fish is delicious. That young man impressed in his heat, but how will he compare in a room full of good cooks on a quarter-final?
I'm learning so fast, and if I keep learning at this speed, then I don't see any reason why I can't keep raising my game, and who knows, win it.
PhD student Catherine's obsession with food led her to win with an imaginative margarita syllabub.
Oh, yum. Oh, well, it keeps on coming. I think that's really good and really clever. That was one of the most interesting and fascinating dishes I've tasted in a long, long time.
That is playing with food. That is interesting, but it can be dangerous. Catherine is here today as a quarter-finalist because we saw potential. But today, potential is not enough. She must deliver the food at perfect standard.
I think that I've got a pretty good chance. I love food as much as anybody here. I care about it as much as anybody here. I really, really want to learn more.
Big Dan, the painter and decorator. He hits you with flavour like a punch in the face.
Painter and decorator Dan won his quarter-final place with big flavours and simple dishes.
It tastes and feels very, very nice indeed.
It looks great, and it tastes fantastic.
All you want to do is eat the rest of the plate. He's a very laid-back, self-assured kind of character, but he's not taking many risks. Dan told us that should he get through, that he's going to show us more. Wow, well, that could be really exciting.
It's going to be a challenge. It gets your adrenaline going, it gets your blood pumping, and, you know, it's exciting stuff.
Finally, it's young banker Sheridan.
This girl has no small amount of cookery skill. What she pulled off was truly wonderful, beautiful food. We know that Sheridan's timing can be an issue. Today, she has to make sure those timings are absolutely right.
The further you come, the more you want it. So I'm so proud that I've got this far. Thank you very much. Thank you. I really, really do think I could win MasterChef. And be brilliant, it'd be fantastic, I'd be so happy.
Our quarterfinalists, 4 great cooks all up against each other, and this is where the food becomes absolutely fantastic.
Their destiny is in their own hands. Nothing stops them now. If they want this semi-final place, they have to reach out and grab it.
By 10 o'clock, the contestants make their way back to MasterChef HQ. They're about to be tested on their food knowledge and on their commitment. After this, one of them will be sent home before the final cook-off.
This is the ingredients test. We're going to get our quarterfinalists in and we are going to ask them to recognise products.
Now, this is important for our cooks because a wide knowledge of good quality ingredients is paramount to be able to cook very well.
They should have no problem with mine. I've got salad heads and salad leaves.
These grains are important because they are the staples of civilizations. These are the things that have kept people alive for hundreds and hundreds of years. So, 5 grains, 5 salads. Let's see what happens. The most modern, the most trendy of all these has to be couscous. It's dry, needs to be put into hot water and then flavoured. Can you tell me what that is?
Couscous.
That looks like couscous to me.
Couscous.
OK. This one?
Tapioca?
Painter and decorator Dan's off to a bad start, so he'll really have to pull something special out of the bag for the next stage, the passion test. The contestants have to convince the judges that their future lies in food.
I think I'll be able to express how much passion I do have, because it's natural, it's just with me. The reason I feel I should go all the way on MasterChef is just to be given the chance to be able to work within food. All I do is think about cooking food or creating food or what I could do with wonderful ingredients. So if I could expand my horizon in cooking and maybe forge a career in the cooking industry, I couldn't really ask for much more in life, really. You know, to be able to give them that chance, that'd be great. That'd be fantastic.
Dan, thanks very much.
Cheers.
There is this little boy here. It's called quinoa, but on the boxes it's got quinoa. It's probably the oldest grain known to man. The Incas were using this in South America, but more importantly, it has the most protein of any grain or pulse in the whole world. Do we know what that is?
Is it quinoa?
I'll say semolina.
Do you know what that is?
No.
That one, I think, is quinola.
Andy's doing well, but the passion test could be a tougher challenge.
Yeah, I feel a bit nervous about having to explain how much I love food, but hopefully I'll just go in there and say what I feel. You know, then I'll be in with a fighting chance. If I went home today without cooking anything, I'd be really gutted. Basically, I love to cook. I'm absolutely obsessed with food. I love to cook for people. I'm really motivated. I'm motivated about food. I've got ideas about where I would like to take this opportunity. I know it's going to be tough. I would give it 110%. I've learned so much, and I don't want that to stop here. So just please give me the chance to cook this afternoon, and I'll cook from the heart.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
This one is lamb's lettuce, and it's pretty bland. It's just there to hold other flavours. Do you know what this one is?
I think that's lamb's lettuce.
OK.
Now, I have seen this before.
Is that baby leaf spinach?
I recognise it. I just can't give it a name.
If I was going to say what it is, I'd say lamb's lettuce.
Banker Sheridan has a strong knowledge of ingredients. Can she also prove her commitment to working with food?
I know I'm passionate. All I can do is go and show them how passionate I feel. If I don't cook today, I haven't had that extra chance to prove that, you know, I can do well, and if you put your faith in me, I can really, really do it. Food is such a big part of my life. I absolutely love it. Every minute of the day, it's on my mind all of the time. It makes me happy to cook. Watching people eat the food I've cooked and see them smile because they like it, and seeing them have pleasure enjoying something I've created for them. To win MasterChef would make all of my dreams come true because I'd be doing a job that I absolutely love.
Thanks, Sheridan.
Thank you.
This is watercress, but it's a smaller, babyer leaf of watercress. Now, by look, they may not identify it. If they put it in their mouth, they will get that mustard heat that is unmistakable as English watercress. What's that?
Maybe mustard sprouts, some of that, I think they're called.
I'm inclined to say some kind of cress.
That looks like watercress, but sort of baby watercress.
OK.
It's watercress.
Catherine has done well in the ingredients test, but can she now prove she wants to change her life for a career in food?
To go home without cooking today would be deeply disappointing. This is something I really want. I wish to be confident that I can convince John and Greg about my passion about food. In a way, I think I might be a little surprised if I can't convince them, because to me it's such an intrinsic part of my personality.
OK, Catherine, tell us why you should stay.
This September, I'm getting married at Small Fort in Cornwall, and I've decided to cater it myself. We're going to have a cider and roast meat sandwich reception, and then something like individual roast quail in the evening. What MasterChef so far is helping me is giving me the ideas and confidence to really bring this through.
And you love food, why?
I love food. It's the first thing I wanted to plan when I was planning the wedding.
Thanks, Catherine. Let's just talk about Sheridan. The enthusiasm, the feeling that came out of what she was saying was, I think, real.
Sheridan did look like she really wanted it. I'll give the girl that. I think she gave her all sitting there, and I think she was speaking from the heart.
Right, OK. So we got Sheridan in.
Andy did very well. He was the best one in the ingredients test, and the guy sat down there and he went, please, just let me cook today for you, please. And I thought, fair enough, that's impassioned.
Andy, you're going to cook.
With Andy and Sheridan safe, there's only one place left.
The dilemma we've got right now is actually between Dan and Catherine. Dan did really badly on the ingredients test. Watercress, you can't identify watercress? Come on! It's MasterChef. You've got to know your food before you can cook it.
Well, you see, Catherine should have been sailing through because she did quite well on her ingredients test, and then she sat down here and told us nothing.
She's saying she wants to use the experience to cater for her own wedding. OK, then what, Catherine? Does it stop?
I don't know where you go from there.
Right. Decision time.
The person leaving us is Catherine. Sorry, Catherine.
I'm feeling gutted. I'm really disappointed in myself. I think I'm leaving because I've not been able to get across how passionately I want this.
OK. There is a semi-final place at stake. Let's cook.
The three remaining contestants now face their most advanced cooking challenge yet. They have an hour and 20 minutes to produce a three-course meal that they've designed themselves. After Andy's success in his heat with Thai food, can he prove he has a broader repertoire of dishes?
It is a semi-final place up for grabs, and right now you've got to pull out every single stop. Where's the inspiration come for these three courses, Andy?
I wanted to do something quite different to the Thai food that I did last time, so this is much more of a Western European menu. So for a starter, I'm making crab and pink grapefruit. For dessert, I'm doing a pear and cardamom tart tartan.
You're doing a tartare, classic dish. Many of us have eaten many times before and know the difference between a good one and a bad one. Do you know the difference?
Cooking a dish again and again, you start to think about what it is that really makes it. So, like crisp pastry, the proper caramel, fruit that's cooked through.
You are talking the right talk. Are you going to be able to walk the walk?
It remains to be seen. I'm cooking from the heart, so, you know, what more can I say?
He is doing a tartare of pears. As I said, it's a classic dish. It has to be perfect. We've all had good ones. We've all had bad ones. We know the difference.
You've had 20 minutes already.
Sheridan has strong technical ability, but can she overcome the timing problems that have plagued her?
Sheridan beavering away.
Have you got the timing perfectly under control now?
Perfectly. Yes, I've even left myself a few minutes just in case something was to go wrong. A few minutes spare.
OK, so you are calmly cooking what for us?
Scallops on parsnip puree with a coral sauce, and then pork loin with a cider sauce, and rosewater biscuits with creme patisserie and raspberries.
It is about a semi-final place. Yeah. Why does it mean so much to you?
Because I love it so much, really. And if you can do something that you love, I think you've got sort of the perfect recipe, really. I really want to prove to you that I can do all the things I've said I can. So I need to crack on and do the best I can.
We've seen her be able to bring up extraordinary flavours from stuff which sounds ordinary. Will she be able to do it today? There is lots of pureeing, lots of blending, lots of machine work going on over there. Is she concentrating on those flavours? Here we go, guys. Just 20 minutes left.
Dan's sticking to what he knows best, but will his classic menu be too safe?
Dan, you said put me through to the quarterfinals, and I will step up a gear.
Yeah, I think I have.
How are you stepping up? What are you going to do?
I'm doing an asparagus soup with poached quail's eggs.
I'm just looking at your soup now, asparagus soup.
Yes.
I'm trying to work out what gives it the body.
There's plenty of asparagus in there.
Can we see right now what sort of cook you are developing into, Dan?
Yeah, I think so, definitely. This is stuff that this is, you know, my sort of thing. Nice rack of lamb, you know, the potato rosti. It's just sort of like brasserie type food, you know. It's not tons of ingredients, just nice, bold flavours, I guess.
We saw you in the last round actually quite relaxed.
Right.
You're very focused, but you actually are looking sometimes a bit laid back.
When I cook, I sort of go into my own little zone and stuff, and I'm just all absorbed by this. So, I know, it all comes together in the end.
OK, mate, lots to do. We'll leave you alone.
I think Dan's food sounds absolutely wonderful. Asparagus soup with quail's eggs. Yum. Super yum.
My biggest concern for Dan right now is that tart, because he's made his own pastry. It's not puff pastry at all. It's a short crust or a sweet crust pastry going over the top. So those plums will cook down, that pastry will not absorb all the juice like puff pastry will, and we'll end up with just this sloppy lot of stewed plums on top of pastry.
60 seconds left!
The race is on. That's it, guys. Down tools, please.
Sheridan's finished in time, but will her scallops on a bed of parsnip puree with coral sauce impress?
Wow, that is just absolutely bursting with scallop flavour. And that sauce is an absolute triumph. I didn't expect that, and I've just been smacked in the face with it. Absolutely wonderful. Well done.
Thank you.
Well-cooked scallop, nicely cooked puree. The flavour of that sauce is very, very strong. I think it's quite exciting, and you know you've eaten scallops.
Can Sheridan match the success with her main course of pork and crackling with celeriac mash and a cider jus?
You get a little bit of cider,
at the start, and then in comes the celeriac. Your pork's beautifully cooked. Your crackling is lovely and crunchy.
Okay.
The strength of the flavour that comes from the fat and the crackling with the celeriac is great, but the sauce needs a bit more punch.
Okay.
But you're cooking interesting food.
Yep.
Sheridan's hopes of a semi-final place now rest on a dessert of rosewater biscuits and creme patisserie with raspberries and a raspberry coulis.
First onto my tongue was your raspberry coulis. The biscuit strong enough to hold it, gentle and soft enough to just fall apart, buttery and gorgeous. Ah, gorgeous.
Thank you.
Just because you stack your food up, it ain't going to taste any better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The raspberries are sweet, lovely soft buttery biscuits, vanilla into cream, lots of skill and a lot of finesse. It's very, very delicious.
Thank you.
Very delicious.
Have we seen everything we're going to see of Sheridan?
There's so much more I can give and show. I think the foundations are there and they can be built on quite a lot. I love cooking and I want to have cooking as my job. I want to be able to do it every single day. It makes me so happy. Just, you know, being in the kitchen and cooking. And yeah, there's stress and there's lots of things, but any other job's going to be stress. Why not have a job that you love?
For his starter, Dan's made a classic asparagus soup with poached quail's eggs.
It's lacking a bit of body. I asked you whilst you were cooking it what you're going to use for body. It feels to me as either it needs some sort of base to it, whether that be a roux or whether it be potatoes. Saying that, the idea of it's very clever, and it's good that you're cooking the food you love to cook and you love to eat.
Bursting with asparagus flavour, but that's far too wet. That just hasn't got enough substance.
Will Dan get a better response with his main course? Rack of lamb with celeriac and potato rosti and seasonal vegetables.
Vegetables are beautiful. The lamb is cooked well. The rosti is not cooked enough. It's just not cooked enough. It's like eating raw potato and raw celeriac, and what that does, that actually strips your palate completely.
The sweetness of the wine sauce, the shallots, is a heady mix and it's lovely. Right. It allows the lamb to come in with bundles of flavour.
Thank you.
That is a crying shame, that rosti, because that is an absolute winning dish, Dan.
Can Dan make up some ground with his classic dessert of plum tart tatin with creme fraiche?
It's doughy. Right. It's not crispy pastry. The plums are the star of the show because they've been stewed, they're sharp, but they're sweet. The creme fraiche is nice and sour. It's a work in progress.
Sweet, nicely soft plums, which quickly disappear into the fatty pastry.
Right, OK.
Dan, what do you think you may have that can lift you and get you into a final, through a semi-final?
I'm hoping I've got a natural ability to bring great dishes to you and create great dishes for you. So, you know, with a little bit of refinement, I can get better and, yeah, definitely raise my game.
Andy's first course is a salad of crab mayonnaise and pink grapefruit.
It's fresh, it's clean, it's sharp. It has the sweetness of that grapefruit. It has lovely sweet crab. The mayonnaise is just binding it together. It's clever stuff.
I enjoy my crab, the sweet and sharpness of the grapefruit first. I think that's absolutely yummy.
Andy's main course is poached sea trout with asparagus, mashed potato and mint hollandaise.
The wine of that sauce comes right out the start. Texture of the potatoes is fantastic. The fish is cooked beautifully. You are doing pretty well.
Your mash is soft and nicely seasoned. The fish is sweet, the flesh is gorgeous. I think that's delightful.
His dessert is spiced pear tarte tatin with creme fraiche.
The pastry's lovely and crispy on the outside. It has that lovely chewy caramel stuck on the side of it. The pears are cooked really, really well. It's very tasty indeed. Very tasty indeed. And a crowd pleaser.
Hint of lemon, giving way to caramel, giving way to juicy pear. Very good. Yummy. OK, Andy, how do you feel that went?
I haven't cooked 100% here. There's always things to change. I was going at 100 miles an hour, but I hope that I've shown the kind of food that I like to cook, and I hope I've given you a sense of the kind of cook I am. Yeah, I've really enjoyed the experience, and I'd just love to go further, basically. So, you know, I'm going to keep raising my game, keep learning, and I'd love the opportunity to show you guys, you know, more of me.
What we have to do now is make a decision on who is going to be our semi-finalist. Thank you.
Picking one of these amateur cooks to be a semi-finalist is no easy decision to make.
Dan has continued to cook the food he loves and food that he has taught himself.
To be told I've got a semi-final place would be, I don't know, I think my heart would skip a beat.
And today, he has shown that the food is not quite as polished as the other two.
Dan's not up to it. His soup was too wet and watery. His rosti was uncooked.
It was never going to be cooked. You could see it from miles off.
And his dessert was far too scruffy and his pastry didn't work.
He's just not ready right now.
This is between Andy and Sheridan.
I think Sheridan's an exciting cook because I think that what she does is actually stuff which is challenging. It's not the norm, it's not the ordinary.
Those scallops blew me away. Incredible flavour.
Adding that coral sauce on top, I think is a very, very clever touch. Yes, it was strong, but it was supposed to be strong.
When John said he loved my starter, I was so happy. I did want to do a little dance.
The pork, I think, was a great concept with lots and lots of flavour in it.
Raspberries, cream and biscuits were heavenly.
And you think about the work that went in that dessert. Making the dough, making the biscuits, making the coulis, that's a complicated dish. Make it look easy, deliver it, make it beautiful, and everybody goes, wow, that must be easy to do, and you know it's not. It's not easy.
I think Sheridan is amazing. I look at her, I don't expect it. She's always taken me by surprise. Andy's another great cook. I mean, a truly great cook.
Today he does crab, homemade mayonnaise, and the grapefruit. Displayed skill, knowledge, and understanding of flavours.
The sweetness and the acidity of that grapefruit before my crab is amazing.
Andy's main course was clean, elegant, good mash, good fish.
I'd love to win. I'd love to get through this round, but it's in the lap of the gods.
Then you go to his dessert. Almost a perfect tatin.
Bursting full of flavour, well-cooked pear, caramel, great pastry.
We had an expectation. He delivered that expectation. A real joy. He is a very, very accomplished cook, and he is hungry and enjoying it. MasterChef semi-final place.
Two outstanding cooks, outstanding cooks.
We are looking for glimpses of brilliance because we know what it takes to go through this competition.
I would have no problem at all putting either one of these through to a semi-final.
This is when we've got to really think about who can make it and take it all the way.
All three of you have stood in front of us before. The pressure just builds each time.
We do only have one semi-final place. Our semi-finalist is Sheridan. Congratulations.
Well done. Thank you. Yeah. Oh my goodness, wow.
Disappointed, really. At the end of the day, maybe nerves just got to me.
I'm totally speechless, oh my god.
I'm really happy for Sheridan, but yeah, I'm absolutely gutted. What can you do? I did my thing today and it wasn't quite good enough, so it's a brilliant opportunity that's not to be.
It's probably one of the best days of my life so far. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Sheridan will return for the semi-finals, but next time we're back with 6 new contestants all battling it out for the title of MasterChef.